Hello, this is Megan from Easy Access English. Today we are talking about continuous tenses. So we're going to look at the past continuous, the present continuous, and the future continuous. We use continuous tenses to talk about actions that are happening over a period of time, whether that was in the past, it is in the present, or it will be in the future. So here are the structures that you need to know. For the past continuous, we have our subject, then was or were, depending on your subject. I was, you were, for example, plus a verb with ing. And you'll notice that this is the defining characteristic of all continuous tenses, is that we use a form of be, whether it's past, present, or future, and we use a verb with ing. So let me give you some examples in the past continuous. Like I mentioned, this would be about an action that was happening over a period of time in the past. So for example, we could say, for a long time, people were using fossil fuels without thinking about the consequences. For a long time, people were using fossil fuels without thinking about the consequences. Let's look at another example in the past. In the past, people were living a more sustainable lifestyle. People were living a more sustainable lifestyle. So it's talking about a period of time in the past. Let's look at the present continuous. So the present continuous is used to talk about actions that are happening right now, either in the moment while I'm speaking, that's the present continuous, or currently, not necessarily right this moment, but in the general present. So once again, we've got our subject, then we've got to be in the present, so am, is, or are, depending on your subject, and your verb with ing. For example, if we were talking about the climate again, we can say the climate is changing. The climate is changing. Or the planet is warming up. The planet is warming up. Those are actions that are happening right now. We can also use the present continuous to speak about future arranged plans if we include a future time expression. So, for example, we can say world leaders are meeting next month to talk about climate action. So we're using the present, but we're talking about the future because we've used a future time expression, next month. Yeah? World leaders are meeting next month to talk about climate action. Another example like that could be I'm going to a climate march on Friday. That would be our future time expression. I'm going to a climate march on Friday. And we only use that, like I said, with arranged plans, so things we already have organized. Let's spend our last few moments with the future continuous. We use this to talk about an action that will be happening, something that we're fairly sure about in the future. It could be a prediction or a plan. For example, in the future, we will be changing our energy sources. In the future, we will be changing our energy sources. Or we could say, we will be living very differently in 100 years. We will be living very differently in 100 years. You can see how these are a bit of a prediction or a plan, and it can depend. So hopefully this has helped you understand the different continuous tenses in English. Thanks for listening. Bye.